Now we'll have a look at our boxing techniques. Before we go into the boxing techniques, we'll take a look at the stance. From the side, after you learn how to do the hand techniques, the stance should look like this. Make sure that your back heel is off the floor like this, and the knees are bent. And make sure that your hands naturally point towards the target like this. Don't turn your hands around like this, and don't turn them like that, but just naturally let them sit just like this. So again, your stance will look like this. Keep your hands up around the jawline. Now, I'll bring one of our senior students in, Jason, to help me here. We'll have a look at 5 basic boxing techniques. Now, in the beginning, there's many types of jabs. There are finger jabs, whipping jabs, defensive jabs. There's a vertical jab like this. But the first one we're going to look at today is just the power jab, just a good old standard boxing jab. It works very good to build your combinations off of when you start the beginning in the kickboxing. So the first thing we'll look at is in the arm position. Make sure that the elbow stays behind the punch. As my arm travels out like this, the elbow stays right behind the punch, and at the very end it corkscrews. Okay, so practice constantly trying to keep the elbow down. The elbow stays here, right behind the punch, and at the last end it corkscrews like this. So it'll have a feeling and a look like just like that. And then we'll look at the right hand. It'll look identical to the jab in that the elbow will stay right behind the punch all the way. Straight in and straight back. And I keep my hands up. I try to keep both hands up all of the time. Okay, ready? Good, just like that, straight. Now, in time, once you learn how to do the hand technique, just standing here pretty good, to do a good power jab, you need to step with it. In boxing, they call this sitting down on your punches or stepping on your punches. Now, watch my front foot. Imagine that the hand and the foot are tied together. Good. Make sure you keep your chin down. Hide behind your shoulder right here. And never lean out over a jab. Watch this, and I'll show you what I mean. When you lean like this, anytime your head goes out over your knee, it's wrong. If he could reach up and hit me with an uppercut like that, the technique is wrong. My head should be back here. So try to keep your head back over your center line. Good, just like that. So now we have the jab, the straight right hand, and we'll have a look at the hook. Okay. When he holds the pad like this for me, and my hands are in this position, to throw a hook, my body has to turn. The arm pops up like this. Now, this is the one time we forsake the rule about the elbow popping up. So from here, when my elbow pops up, it'll be horizontal to the floor. And then there's a twisting of my body. If my back heel's up like this, like it should be, I'll twist, and then I'll transfer my weight. There's a slight pulling to the back feeling like this. Okay, so again, if my back heel's off the floor, this arm pops up and then I pivot and hit. In the beginning, sometimes when people first learn a hook, they'll go like this. This is called arm punching. But to get the body behind it, my arm stays pretty much stationary and the body twists. That's what transfers the power, the body. The arm is just a vehicle to help it arrive there. It's the pivot. Again, slowly, the back heel's off the floor, the arm pops up, and I pivot like this. Now this heel is off the floor, and my knee should go the direction that the punch goes. So again, slowly. Good. So now we have the jab, we have the cross, and we have the hook. Good. Now we'll show the hook one time from this side, because this punch right here seems like in the beginning it gives a lot of people a few problems here. So again, the back heel's off the floor, the arm pops up, and I twist. Good. Now we'll have a look at the uppercut. If he holds the position of the focus mitt like this for me, to throw an uppercut, make sure that the knees are bent. And again, it's like the hook in that all of this should be delivered with the body, not the arm. Again, sometimes when people first learn this, there's a tendency to do this, to just punch with the arms. But it has to be with the body. Watch the torquing of my body and the lifting. If it were with this hand, good. So now we have the jab, the cross, the hook, and the uppercut. The last punch we'll look at today is the overhand right. Now, in this one, we're going to look at the short overhand right, so keep the arm pretty tight to the body, and there should be a dropping feeling when you do this. Watch. You see that? It's not like this. Not the arm comes up and comes way down. I keep the arm in tight. I bend the knees and drop the body weight. Good, just like that. And this is a good punch for when you've come to a clinch right in here. We've made it to the trapping range. Perhaps I jut his hands down and hit him with a little short right hand like that. That's your little overhand right. Thank you.